Hey guys, my name is Hannah. Last week I asked you guys to send me some questions because I hit 1k subscribers on here and it's still blowing my mind. But I wanted to film a Q&A because of it, so there are way more questions than I thought I would get on my computer right now. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start with questions that I got on Twitter because there aren't as many as the ones that I got on YouTube. Number 1, what are your GCSE options? If you didn't know, I'm currently in year 10, living in London, so we take these exams called GCSEs that are sat when you're 16. Some people are 15 when they take them, the younger people in the year. But there are compulsory subjects and then you have options. So in my school, compulsory subjects are maths, English, chemistry, physics, biology. I'm taking separate sciences. You either take double or separate, and I'm taking separate. Also, RS is compulsory in my school. For my options, I'm an extension, so I have to do a language and I'm doing French. I also have to choose one of the humanities, so either geography or history. I'm doing history, although I kind of wish I chose geography. Never mind, can't change it now. And then I also have 2 options that are completely my own decision, and that is media, which I'm absolutely loving, and I'm preparing to take my music AS at the end of year 11 because I took my GCSE at the end of year 9, so I can take my AS now. Number 2, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years? In 10 years, I'll be 25. Whoa, okay. I hope to have graduated from a good university with a good result. Hopefully. I hope to be doing a job that I love, or at least that I enjoy, and I also wish that YouTube will still be a thing so I can continue doing this for as long as I possibly can. Also, even though I'll still be broke as hell because of uni, I really want to have 2 cats and 2 dogs, so I guess we'll see what happens, but that is my dream. Not necessarily where I see myself, but where I hope to see myself in 10 years. Next, if I could time travel, where would I go? I've always said that I would never ever time travel to the future because I just know that we are gonna mess everything up and it's just not gonna go well, so I don't want to see that anytime before I need to. So the past it is. I was talking to my sister once about this and I was saying that I would want to go to the time period where Pride and Prejudice was set, and then she reminded me that I would have basically no rights, so never mind. So then I thought I would want to go to ancient Greece, which is, I looked it up, between 800 and 500 BC, so a very long time ago. But you know, you hear about ancient Greece and it just sounds so cool, so I would have wanted to experience that at least a little bit, and then I'd also be able to have like first-hand accounts and be really pro at history. Next, am I your favourite German booktuber in all caps? Well, by default, considering you're the only German booktuber I know, yes you are. But, I mean, you're absolutely amazing. Everyone, if you haven't subscribed to Sarah, go do that right now. The last question on Twitter is technically 5 questions, so let's do this. What's your favourite book of all time? I don't have a copy in my room. That's tragic. But it's Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. You've probably heard that 20 times by now, but if you didn't know, that is my favourite book. What was my favourite book as a kid? I didn't read a lot at all. I didn't read, basically, when I was younger, but I would say any Roald Dahl book. I really did enjoy those. I remember in primary school teachers reading them to our classes, and whenever we had reading time or circle time, it would always be a Roald Dahl book, especially The Twits. I remember that very well. Also The Witches and Matilda, just any of the Roald Dahl books. If you could read any series for the first time again, which one would I choose? I'd say The Mortal Instruments. I went into The Mortal Instruments straight after The Infernal Devices, and because I love The Infernal Devices so much, I just read The Mortal Instruments thinking that, oh my god, this isn't the same. So I went through it not really enjoying it much, and as you can see, City of Ashes is on my shelf right now because I started rereading the series at Christmas and I just kind of stopped because I haven't been reading much lately. I made another video on that. My reading's not been going great, but I wish that I could read it again just to give it a better chance, you know? That's what I'm doing now, but it would still be cool to be able to read it for the first time again. Next up, do you have any author authors? If so, who? I was gonna say Sarah J Maas, and then I realised that I haven't bought Catwoman, so I can't really say that. So there probably isn't. Cassandra Clare I also would have said, but then I didn't buy the Tales of Shadowhunter Academy. I also haven't gotten any of the Bane Chronicles or any of those kind of spin-offs. The only books that I've read are The Infernal Devices, The Mortal Instruments, and The Dark Artificers. And last but not least, what Hogwarts house am I in? I'm a Slytherin. And YouTube questions. I have to brace myself because there are so many questions here. Okay, first, if I had the opportunity to somehow reprogram the human race, what would I do in terms of traits and abilities, etc.? I was thinking about this when I first got the question, and at first I was thinking just give us the ability to fly and give us super speed and super strength, and then I was thinking that would just be absolute chaos, first of all. Second of all, there are people who are extremely power hungry that would just take advantage of that in ways that we don't even want to know about. So I guess get rid of the power hungriness just, you know, make sure no one's that power hungry. Make us immune to any disease. That would be good. Just kind of make it so that people don't hate each other, because hate is not fun. Also, one more thing, let's think. I'd do it so that we can go longer without eating as much food so that starvation wouldn't be a thing, because starvation is such a big problem that shouldn't be a problem in our time. So yeah, there are more that I could think of, but that could be a whole video. Okay, how did I build my channel and make it grow? With me, I just remember that after posting my second 24-hour readathon, all of a sudden I was over 100 subscribers, and then it's just been growing since. So I haven't really been concentrating on making my channel the biggest there is, because that's never gonna happen, but I've just been trying to put lots of passion into what I do and just enjoy filming and editing. Being yourself, it sounds so cliche and everyone says it, and I know it's annoying, but it's true. I know how annoying that is. Also, comment on other people's videos, interact with other people in your YouTube community. If you're doing booktube specifically, then go on other people's booktube channels. It helps if they're roughly the same subscriber count as you, and just make friends. Explore different video ideas, make your own creative new content. It's just do whatever you want, really. Just enjoy what you do. That's my top tip. Enjoy what you do. Who would be my dream cast to play Gansey in the TV show of the Raven Boys? When I first read this question, is there anyone perfect enough to play Gansey? I really doubt it, because I mean, just cats. Okay, but then I was having to do some research, you know, because there was no one who came to mind, because in my mind no one's perfect enough. But I was looking at this website and there's this guy, I don't even know his name, I just kind of looked him up. Froy Guti, this person. That's how you say his name. And you know, there are just kind of particular pictures where I can imagine him being Gansey. Just gotta get him some circular glasses with gold rims and you're sorted. There we go. There's a Gansey. And then also from Jiva, what animal do you think would be the cutest if scaled down to the size of a cat? And technically, the animal that I'm talking about is at one point in their lifetime the size of a cat. And these animals are very, very dangerous. But if you just look, okay, brown bears and just brown bear cubs are so cute. Look, let me show you pictures. If you haven't looked at brown bear cubs, just do it. Look at this. Oh, look how adorable they are. That's all you need in life, really. Just pictures and videos of brown bears, baby brown bears. Oh, they're just so cute. Next, what movie would you never get tired of watching over and over again? Easy, Pride and Prejudice, the one with Keira Knightley. I can watch that on repeat and not get bored. What book first got me into reading? Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I did not read at all before I read Throne of Glass, which is why I love the series so much, because it's what I've got to thank for my love for reading. What's the biggest dream I want to achieve? I think that my biggest dream has always been just to travel the world and document it, whether that's through film or photography or writing, like poetry, stories, anything, like journalism, drawings. I can't draw, but if I could, then I would draw. I don't know, travelling the world has always been the biggest dream I've wanted to live out. So, you know, hopefully I get to do it one day. What is my favourite Taylor Swift album? Reputation. And this is my order. I've got an order, okay, I already know it. It's Reputation, 1989, then Speak Now, then equally we've got Red and Fearless, and then Taylor Swift, which I don't really listen to much. Also, what is my favourite Fall Out Boy album? You cannot make me choose between Mania and American Beauty, American Psycho, because just those two. American Beauty, American Psycho is what I have been listening to most of Fall Out Boy, but I absolutely love Mania with all my heart. Every song on there is just so good. So I just had a break to go and eat lunch, so I'm back now to continue with the questions. How was it for you here on BookTube at first? BookTube has always been absolutely amazing. When I first started, everyone welcomed me into the community so nicely. People were commenting on my videos and interacting with me, and straight from the beginning it was such an amazing experience, and I settled in so well and I knew that I loved it from the first video I posted. Next, which grade are you doing for your instruments if you do grades? Literally on Wednesday I'm going to be doing my grade 6 violin. Let me show you all my preparation. So for all my exams I do AVRSM now. The Associated Board of Royal Schools of Music. There we go. So I've got my scales, grade 6 scales. Sight reading, my pieces, my oral tests, and the piano part for my pieces. That's too much. I hope to do my grade 5 singing in summer, so next term, and in year 8, so when I was 13, I passed my grade 5 piano, but I didn't continue with it after that. What is my favourite YA contemporary novel with a family element / subplot? I've only got the third book, but the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, the Song family is just so adorable. There are 3 of them and they live with their dad. Their mum died when they were younger, and it's just their family dynamic is so great. It's quite a central part of the story, so if you enjoy those kind of YA contemporaries with family element to it, then definitely read these books if you haven't yet. If you can choose 2 of your favourite fantasy authors you would love to see team up to write a super epic and action-packed story, which 2 would I pick? Easy peasy, Sarah J Maas and Leigh Bardugo. I think that they would write the best super epic action-packed story ever. I would absolutely love to see that happen. Maybe one day, maybe. Next up, nice and easy, what would I like to be when I'm older? I want to be a lawyer. As of right now. I always wanted to be like secretly a movie director when I was younger, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I would want to be an author, but I just don't think that I'm great enough at writing, you know? I also just find law really interesting, so that's what I want to do. What is my favourite song from Hamilton? That is like asking me my favourite family member. It's impossible. Let me think. I'm not even gonna get near to the songs at the end of Act 2. The furthest I'll get is Hurricane, which I don't, despite what it's about, I absolutely love that song. I don't know why, it's just when you listen to it in headphones, it's like, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, I'll write my way out. Write everything down far as I can see. I'll write my way out. Anyway, that part, you know, you get what I mean when it goes, this is the eye of the hurricane. This is the only way I can protect my legacy. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait. The Reynolds pamphlet. And then it's that transition. You know what I mean. You get what I mean. I don't just look like an idiot right now. I'm making sense. I swear. Also, My Shore, great song. Schuyler Sisters, Helpless, Non-Stop, Yorktown, Dear Theodosia, Take a Break, Room Where It Happens, just all of them. All of them. You can't make me choose. Would I rather be Blues and Gansey's child or Ronan and Adam's child? Ronan and Adam's child. At first I was thinking, oh my god, but I want to see like what 300 Foxway is like, and then I realised I'll probably go there considering I'm Adam's and Ronan's child, you know? I just think that Adam and Ronan would be the best parents ever. I do love Blue and Gansey with all my heart. They're just so cute together. It just makes my heart sing. Who is my favourite Stranger Things character? Very easy. Steve. And the biggest pet peeve when it comes to non-readers. When you're really excited about a book or you want to talk to someone about how much you love the story and they just kind of go, okay, stop, you're being annoying. I'm like, you just don't get it. I'm trying to share my love for this with you and either you don't understand how much it means to me or you understand and just don't care, which is even worse. So I guess that. What is my favourite sci-fi and fantasy book I'd recommend to someone? I don't really read sci-fi. The only sci-fi that I've read is the Lunar Chronicles, which, where are they? They are hidden. There they are, behind this beautiful book that I haven't read yet but I got the other day and I need to reorganise my bookshelves just to make sure it's on display. Even though they are the only sci-fi books that I've read, I love them so much. Go read them if you haven't. Everyone loves them, people rave about them, they're just so good. And fantasy, oh, what would I say? So many good fantasy books. I always say Throne of Glass or Six of Crows, but I'm gonna go this time for Clockwork Angel. Cassandra Clare books, you know, they get lots of people into reading and they are just really enjoyable to read, so I think that if you're gonna get stuck into a fantasy world, then make it Cassandra Clare's books because it's so huge and it's expanded over so many books. Even though there are tons of books, you could always just start with the Infernal Devices, my personal favourites, and see how it goes from there. What is my favourite book of all time? I've already answered this, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. What's the best thing about living in the UK? I can't really talk for the UK as a whole. I guess the great thing about living in the UK in general is that, because I love Scotland so much, actually this time next week I'll be in Scotland, which I'm very excited for. I can just travel around the UK all I want. I can go to Wales, to Cornwall, to Scotland. I know that the UK is very small. There are a lot more places to go in, let's say, America and Australia and bigger countries, you know, but there's so much packed into the UK, even though it's so tiny, that you can do. London specifically, I just love how accepting London is. London is so diverse compared to the rest of the UK. We are very socially awkward. We just kind of sit on the tube and not saying a word, and if someone says something, everyone's just like... But also, I was talking to my dad the other day and we were talking about how many opportunities there are to do things in London and I just don't take advantage of that enough, so I should probably go outside more, try and take advantage of all the things that I've got available to me. So yeah, I love London. It's my favourite place in the world. And what other genre of YouTube videos do I watch aside from BookTube? This isn't necessarily, it isn't a genre, but I love watching Shane Dawson's videos. Shane, Garrett, Ryland, Morgan, Drew, all of them. I love their videos. They just make me laugh. They make my day whenever I watch them, and all their videos are probably the ones that I get most excited for when I know they're coming out. Like, I'll stay up into the night, I've done it before, just to watch those videos the second they're released. I also watch a bunch of music stuff on YouTube. That's mostly it. Majority booktube, but also the other stuff that I talked about. What is my favourite book and what book do I hate? So I've spoken about my favourite book, again, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. I don't really hate any books. There is a book that is my least favourite book that I've read. This is Eleanor and Park. I don't know, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I did finish it, but you know, I thought maybe if I liked the ending it would be worth it, but I didn't get that, you know, wow factor from it. I do love Carry On by Rainbow Rowell though. What would I say to someone who is thinking about starting a booktube channel? My top tip whenever anybody asks this is just go for it. Really just give it a go. Film a video. It doesn't matter what it's on, a phone, a camera if you've got one. It doesn't have to be on anything, even just a computer webcam. Just film a video, see how it goes. Try editing if you've got an editing software and post it up onto YouTube. If you really hate it, you can delete the video. If you hate the whole process, just don't do it, but give it a shot. It's always worth trying, you know. Okay, next question. What character would I trade lives with? I would trade lives with Inej from Six of Crows. Can you tell that I like this duology? Inej, I just think that if I had her like wraith powers, like being able to, you know, tightrope around and stuff, be really sly and sneaky and not sound like I'm stomping everywhere I go, that would be really cool. And also like Kaz, like I'd be... no more explanation needed, right? Am I right? Yeah? Okay. What is my favourite book that is not YA? Very large majority of books that I read are YA, but I'd say To Kill a Mockingbird. I really loved that book. I've read it twice now. Ooh. Little Fires Everywhere. I've spoken about how much I love that book and I would gladly read it again and recommend it to anybody who wants to read a book that isn't YA. What is my favourite violin piece? One that I've played and one that I'd like to learn. There's a piece right now that I'm doing for my grade 6. Let me show you. It looks really short but you play it slowly, so it's only a page on the thing. It just, when I play it nicely, it sounds so lovely and it's like a really emotional piece, so I love to play it. It's called Intermezzo and my teacher told me that my homework before my exam is to watch the film Room with a View that it's used in. Pieces that I'd like to learn. I guess it's mostly just orchestra pieces that I'd love to play in orchestra. Right now we're doing Mozart's Symphony No. 40 in G minor and B flat major. That was one of our set works, set work number 2 when I did music GCSE, and all of a sudden I was playing it in orchestra and I was like, oh my god, I know this. So, you know, any of the big orchestral pieces that have strings in them, just like any of the really well-known ones, I would love to play. And my favourite Disney film, Moana and Tangled. You can't make me choose between them. I love them both so much, so those two. That's it, I can't break it down any further. Next question, who are my favourite singers? There are too many. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Fall Out Boy, Kendrick Lamar, not really a singer, but a rapper still, whatever. Camila Cabello, Dodie Clark, can never go wrong with Rihanna, Adele, Dua Lipa. There are so many artists and singers that I love, so you can't make me choose just one because that will never work. Oh my god, the next question's even worse. What are my favourite songs? It really depends on the day and I cannot say a favourite song of all time, but I'll tell you the songs that I've been listening to a lot recently. Black Velvet by Alana Miles, I by Kendrick Lamar, My Immortal by Evanescence, The Middle by Zed and Maren Morris. Don't know who those people are, but I love that song. Crying in the Club by Camila Cabello and Fine Line by Mabel and Notes. And last question from this person, do I prefer season 1 or season 2 of Stranger Things? I think I'm gonna go for season 2, even though 11's not in it as much. I love season 2. It's so good. Just Stranger Things, it's amazing. But season 2 is my favourite. What is my favourite Cassandra Clare book? Clockwork Princess. Yes. What TV shows do I watch? I love Sherlock, The End of the Effing World. I started RuPaul's Drag Race, which is so good. Oh my god. Suits. I've watched a few episodes of Black Mirror. I'm also watching Nailed It on Netflix right now. Do you know, every now and again, watch a quick episode of Nailed It. It's just so hilarious. And what is my favourite series? Throne of Glass. Who is my favourite male character? Will Herondale. Nice and easy. Who's my favourite female character? It's gotta be Aelin, you know? Gotta be Aelin. More Selena, but still Aelin, you know? You get me. And my favourite animal? It has to be cats. Cats are just my life. My friend got a cat today and I'm just so happy for her and I can't wait to meet the cat. It's just so cute. What is one book I would recommend to everyone? Have I already done this? Oh yeah, I've already done my fantasy and sci-fi books I'd recommend to anyone. I know. The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I love this book so much. If you watched my most recent 24-hour readathon, if you haven't, I'll put the card thing up there. It's so good. I loved it so much. It smells good too. Just letting you know. Who are my favourite ice skaters? Not figure skating, it's ice dance. And Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer. I've watched every documentary with them you can think of. Any performance, every performance I've watched. I follow them both on Instagram. They're just, oh my god, they're so great. They're ice skating together. It's just, oh my god, my heart, it makes me want to cry. It's just so pretty. And figure skating wise,
Evgenia Medvedeva, Evgenia, what's her name? Evgenia Medvedeva. I think is that it?
Evgenia Medvedeva, she's just so good. She's absolutely amazing at figure skating, so, you know. What, who and when inspired you to get into YouTube? I remember I've just always loved making films and videos. It started with Video Star with my friend Meg. It was great. She was way better at editing than me, but I like to think that my editing has improved now. So I just always wanted to start a channel, but booktube specifically. First booktuber I watched was Christine from Athroneofbooks. Like most people, you know, biggest booktuber, gonna watch her. But the person who actually inspired me to get into booktube was Sasha from A Book Utopia. I just absolutely love all her videos and she was just such a big inspiration for me. Favourite booktuber, vlogger, beauty guru or other? Okay, booktuber, I can't choose a favourite booktuber. There are so many now. Big booktuber wise, there's Sasha, Christine, Reagan, Jessie, Kat, Natasha. Just all the big ones really. Small booktuber wise, so many, the list is endless. If you want to see just some of them, I've made a booktubers you need to watch playlist on my channel, so you can check that out. I will be adding more because I haven't updated it in ages, but just, there are so many. I've already spoken about how I love Shane Dawson. Let me think. What vloggers do I watch? Beauty Guru, I like Zoella, you know, I'm just typical. I like to watch Zoella's videos. I've been a fan of hers for so long, so every now and again I watch Casey Neistat's videos because they're just so well filmed and edited. It's crazy. What are some tips for someone wanting to start YouTube? I said this before, but you know, just try it, give it a go. You know, risk it for a biscuit. Okay, next up, what's one of my favourite comfort books? I know this straight away. Again, The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I've already spoken about it. You know how much I loved it. It's very comforting and I can imagine just sitting down when I'm ill or poorly or just not feeling very great, you know, having a rubbish day. Just sitting down with this book and a cup of tea, that would be the best day. What is my favourite character from The Mortal Instruments? Izzy. Izzy's my favourite character. Oh, also Magnus. And Church. Church isn't really a character. Church is a cat, but I love Church. And what did I think of The Perks of Being a Wallflower? I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower ages ago now. I read it before I read Throne of Glass. It was so long ago. I remember really enjoying it. I was also quite young when I read it, so I remember not really knowing what the end meant. Like the whole, I'm not gonna spoil it. I was about to spoil it. Something like a bombshell drops and I didn't get it because I just didn't know. I was too young, so I went and I asked my sister and my friend about it and they explained it to me and I was like, oh my god, damn. You know, I remember being shocked by it, but also really enjoying it as I was reading it. What is my favourite movie or TV adaptation of a book? I mean, even though I haven't read Pride and Prejudice, I will. I keep saying I will and I actually will. Sometimes I say I will when I kind of subconsciously know that I won't, but I really will. I'll read Pride and Prejudice. So I can't really comment on how accurate it is to the book, but it's so good. I love it so much. We all know the TV show of Shadowhunters is awful in comparison to the book, so let's not even try to go near there. I don't really know that many book to TV adaptations where I've watched both the TV show or the movie and read the book. I don't really know. Maybe I'm going to read Some of Us Homo Sapiens Agenda when I go to Scotland before I see the movie when it comes out in April, so maybe that would be my new favourite. I expect it to be a 5-star read and a 5-star watch. 5-star watch. You know, that works. But yeah, that's a rubbish answer, but that's all I've got, I'm sorry. Oh my god, it's the last question and it's a really quick answer. What was the first book that really made me love reading? Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, I've already said it. Oh my god, that's the end, that's it. I mean, I have been filming for over an hour now, so I have no idea how long this video is gonna be, but I guess that is it. I'm not gonna drag it out any longer than it needs to be. Thank you so much for watching. All of my social media will be linked down below. Thank you so much to everybody who asked me a question. Always feel free to message me questions through social media. I've got Instagram, Twitter, and I've also got Goodreads, or even just in a YouTube comment. Feel free to ask me anything. And yeah, I guess that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time, which I hope will be a reading vlog in Scotland. Bye!